Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are going to be continuing on with the Teddy Bees Master Scent List series. So if this is the first video you've clicked on, this is a series where I'm going through the Teddy Bees Master Scent List by letter and going over every scent in the scent list and sharing with you my thoughts if I have the blend or if I've tried the blend, and then the scents that I don't have, just kind of talking through it, seeing what it might smell like, if it's something that I have interest in, etc. I also have a spreadsheet that goes along with this video series where I'm capturing notes about the scent, if I know the last time it was offered, if it's part of the Game of Thrones collection or just some special piece of information. I am collecting all of that information. So that spreadsheet, it's a Google spreadsheet. It is linked in the description box below. You do have to request access to get to it, but that access request comes right to my email, and I feel like I usually approve within a day because I check my email a couple times a day. So please, if you want to take a peek at the spreadsheet and if you have interest, just send me a request and I'm happy to share with you. But today we're going to go over all the scents that start with the letter H. I have tried to fill in any gaps as much as I can, but if there is a scent that I am missing from this list, please let me know and I will add it. So the first scent is Harvest, Cider, and Birch. So I was kind of trying to wait a little bit to film this video because I'm filming this, today's December 10th. I purchased this in the Teddy Bees RTS. I was able to snag one, but that has not shipped yet. And so I was getting ready to film this video, and then I grabbed one of those on the RTS, and I was like, oh, let's wait to film this until I have my RTS order. That way I can show it. But it's been well over a week, 11 days. It still hasn't shipped yet. So I thought, forget it. I'm just going to do this video. But this is a beautiful fragrance. I went through a souffle already. I melted a souffle back in September. This is plums, dark cherries, vanilla birch, peppered woods, and warm pomegranate cider. This is a very sweet, heavy plum fragrance. You do get some of those cidery notes. I think this has some notes or is similar to Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. So if you like sweet plum fragrances, I highly recommend this one. The souffle that I had, I melted it in my open concept and it was a fantastic performer. When I saw it on the RTS list, I was like, I have to get that. I was so excited to get that one, and I'm glad that I was able to snag another tub. Next up, we have Harold Finehair. Harold Finehair is warm chestnuts, smoky woods, sweet vanilla, which is by the fireplace type, cashmere cedar, and frosted sugar cookies. I love this scent, and I would think that when this was offered, this was probably the most popular scent in that pre-order. I remember in the RTS, it sold out in all sizes, loaves included, so fast. So what I really get from this, I get the by the fireplace, that replica perfume type, but I also get the cashmere cedar. And I've come to really enjoy cashmere cedar. I was going to try to pop it out, but might be challenging. There we go. Yeah, I've come to really enjoy cashmere cedar. I feel like I get the by the fireplace on the bottom and the cashmere cedar more on the top. I have yet to melt this, but this is going to be a year old in March. So I definitely think it's ready to go. If you like perfumey, cologne-y type fragrances, I highly recommend Harold Finehair. It will be perfect for the bedrooms, but I also really can see this being great for the open concept because it's just a warm, cozy fragrance. So that is Harold Finehair. Next is Head in the Clouds. This is White Clouds, Tiff's Favorite Lavender, and Pink Sugar. I would love to try this. White Clouds, I feel like it's a laundry leaning oil, but it's a very light, just fresh kind of airy laundry leaning oil. It is not an intense laundry at all. And it's an oil that I feel like I don't see a lot of in wax. There's a scent that she has that I'm hoping I would love to try it again, is Lavender Sky. We'll get to it when we go through the L's, but that scent had white clouds in it, and I remember just loving it. And so I'm wondering if this one is kind of similar, slightly laundry, maybe kind of fresh leaning. Then you get the Tiff's Favorite Lavender, which is an amazing mix of herbal and sweet, and then the pink sugar just to kind of sweeten it up. I've said this before, but I think she blends pink sugar really beautifully, and so I don't imagine that the pink sugar would stand out in this. I would think this is probably a lavender heavy scent. You get the sweetness of the pink sugar and then kind of that fresh and clean note from the white clouds. Never heard of this one other than just looking at the scent list, so definitely one I would like to try. I've actually tried quite a few on this H list, which is nice. Next up is hers, Pink Sugar, Marshmallow Fireside, and Palo Santo. Really do enjoy this one. This is a Palo Santo heavy blend, and then you get the pink sugar. Very sweet. It's a really popular one from her. Maybe I'll skip. I'm going to skip down to his. I'm going to skip 2 and go to his because it's the blue sugar version. So his is blue sugar, Marshmallow Fireside, and Palo Santo. That is one of the best blends that she has. Definitely one of my favorite Palo blends. She does so many Palo Santo blends that there's some that stand out to me more than others, and this one definitely does. I love the blue sugar masculine notes, the warm Marshmallow Fireside, the woodsy, earthy Palo Santo. If you like blue sugar, I would highly recommend trying his. It is a stunning scent. And if you like pink sugar, hers is really nice as well. I think I definitely prefer his, but both of them are really fantastic, just kind of classic Palo Santo blends. Next, let's skip back to the ones I just skipped. High Class, Blackberry Sugared Violets blended with Boom Boom Cream. I have had this one before, but I think it was just an extra RTS pour. I don't remember it coming to a pre-order in recent years. I love Blackberry Sugared Violets, and so I feel like this one was very Blackberry Sugared Violets heavy. I don't remember getting a lot of the Boom Boom, but if you like Blackberry Sugared Violets, you would definitely like this one. Blackberry Sugared Violets is just the sweetest floral. It is perfumey leaning, very feminine leaning, and I love it for the bedrooms in particular. This was a really beautiful scent, and I would love to see this one come back in a pre-order instead of just a RTS. Hill Country Romance. So I have a sample of this one gifted to me from Summer Michelle. So a huge shout out to Summer. This is warm cedar wood, toasted vanilla cream, pink pepper, hints of warm woods, and dark cherries. Okay, to me, this is Wine Cellar from Bath & Body Works, or if you've tried the Cellar from the Candle Nurse, this is that scent. It's that sophisticated, elegant, cherry kind of wine cellar scent. I love these types of fragrances. I don't melt them a ton because for me, these are very much a certain time of year scent. We have a lot of wineries in this area, and whenever I think about going to the winery, I always think about going to the wineries in the fall and just seeing all the fall foliage. So something about wine cellar type of scents really scream fall to me, but this is what this is. If you're familiar with the Bath & Body Works candle, or if you've gotten the one from the Candle Nurse, this one is a little sweeter than the one from the Candle Nurse, but they're all very similar and on the same vein. So this looks like it was a clamshell piece, so I bet it was in that RTS she did a couple years ago where she had the large clamshells. She had earth, she had blush in a clam, I guess this one as well. So she hasn't done clamshells in a while. I think I prefer the tubs, but the clamshells were kind of a fun addition to her shop. But this is definitely a scent that I would pick up quite a bit of if she offered it. Okay, so we did his. Now we go to Ho Ho Ho. I don't have this one, but this sounds so interesting. This is white cherries, soft citrus, crisp linen, juniper, and a hint of spruce. I don't know what white cherries are, but this just feels like this would be such a fresh, clean scent. I'm really getting into juniper a lot more lately. Juniper is a tree scent, but it is so fresh and clean. It almost leans a little minty or eucalyptus-like to me. So I think with the crisp linen, the juniper, this sounds like it would be such a fresh and clean scent, but then you're getting that hint of the spruce, kind of like you're doing laundry in Christmas time. Not to be compared to the night before Christmas melt, but this sounds really interesting. I'm curious what a white cherry is. Maybe like a Rainier cherry. They're not dark. They're a little more, I don't know if they're sweeter or not, but like their flavor profile is a little bit different. Maybe it's something like a Rainier cherry. Okay, next up we have Holiday. This one is the scent of wreaths hanging, cookies baking, winter garland, and a warm fireplace. This one is just quintessential Christmas time. So I've made this comparison before, and I don't want to be rude, but I want to share what these scents smell like with you. So I really think this is the same scent or extremely similar as Christmas at Santa's from Sassy Girl Aroma, or Christmas. Is it Christmas on Second or Christmas on Spruce? I think it's Christmas on Second from Second and Spruce. She's got two blends, and I think the Christmas on Second was the one that has these similar scent notes. They are very similar in scent profile, and so if you're familiar with those, that's how I would describe Holiday, or vice versa. You get kind of the Christmas wreath. You get a lot of the winter garland. There's greenery, maybe a little bit of cherry. There is a warmth and toastiness to this. It's not smoky or anything, but it is a warm, cozy, garland, Christmassy scent. It is exceptionally beautiful. I only have this one souffle of it, but like I said, I'm filming this in December, early December, so this one is in my December melting basket, and I'm hoping to melt it before the end of the season here. Holiday Bake Sale. This one was just a forget-me-not in these last pre-order. I did not pick this up because of the gingerbread note in this scent. So this is gingerbread cookies, butter cookies, sugar cookies, candied apple, and warm pie spices. This might be the only forget-me-not I think that I did not grab, but I was afraid a little bit of the gingerbread. I'm not a big gingerbread person, and I've had her gingerbread ice cream, and it was way too strong for me. It probably is a little more toned down, I would think, because you have the butter cookies, the sugar cookies, some of the apple. So let me know if you guys did pick this up. What do you think of it? Is the gingerbread super intense? If it comes back, is it one that I really need if I'm not a huge gingerbread person, or does it lean strong in those scent notes? Holiday in Halloween Town. I do have this one. I know this was a pretty popular scent from her pre-order over the summertime. This is deep fried churros covered in cinnamon sugar, warm donuts, hint of spice, creamy eggnog, and fire roasted marshmallows. This is a really pretty bakery fragrance. Look at the souffle. Is that not stunning? That's not going to focus. There we go. You really get the churros in here, and I feel like I'm also getting the eggnog. There's something very creamy and kind of milky about this. If you like warm and toasty, stay spooky, creep show, like those types of bakery scents from Teddy Bees, you would really like Holiday in Halloween Town. I'm not saying the notes are exactly the same, but all lean kind of on the same vein to me as being just a warm and cozy bakery fragrance. Usually has some cinnamon, some spices, maybe a creamy note. But this one I really get the churros, the cinnamon sugar, and that eggnog. I'm going to save this for next Halloween probably, but I'm excited to warm that. Holiday Sparkler. Pomegranate, sparkling citrus, blackberry, crisp apples, orange zest, neroli, cinnamon, and champagne. This seems like the perfect mix of Christmas and New Year, like what you would melt on New Year's Eve or kind of in that transitional week. Once December 26th hits, or, you know, once my Christmas festivities are over, I'm over it. I want my tree to come down. I want my decorations to go away, because seeing Christmas decorations after Christmas is like, I don't know, the excitement isn't there anymore for Christmas. So this seems like a really interesting transitional type fragrance, because the apple, the orange zest, the cinnamon, that really screams holiday to me, and your just classic Christmas fragrance. But then you have the pomegranate, the sparkling citrus, the champagne, very much New Year's, fresh, bubbly. So I think this would be a really pretty and interesting combination. A lot of scent notes going on in this one, but I would like to try that at some point. Next up, we have Homemade Memories, also from summer. And this one also is clamshell pieces. And so this one must have been from the RTS as well. This is Rice Krispie Treats, vanilla frosting, and cake pops. This one, it leans a little bit Play-Doh to me. There's something, maybe because it's a lot of vanilla fragrance oils in here, but it is leaning, I guess, with the vanilla frosting or the cake pop. It's leaning a little bit Play-Doh to me. I don't think that will translate once I warm this. And after I do these videos, then I start popping these in my warmers and getting an idea of. And since I've got two, I can put that probably in this room. I have 3 warmers in here, so pop it in 2 and see what happens. I'm hoping this is a very beautiful, just kind of classic vanilla scent. It's not one that's super standing out to me as one that I would need buckets of. But if you like vanilla bakery, just basic vanilla bakery, or if you're looking for something to be a blender to kind of tone down some other scents, Homemade Memories could be really nice with that. Honey Boba and Brown Sugar. So I have had this one before, but I'm pretty sure I stuck this one in the round robin box because it was just not quite a scent for me. This is brown sugar, honey boba, vanilla ice cream, and frosted sugar cookies. I think what didn't do it for me was the honey boba. It was a very unique tea scent. I'm assuming, I don't know much about boba, but it's kind of like a tea, right? Am I crazy? And it was just a really interesting tea-like fragrance. This was very strong. Maybe it was the way that the brown sugar was blended with the honey boba that wasn't doing it for me, but this one was not my favorite. If it ever was offered, I would grab a souffle just to give it a second try and see, but not one that I am like desperate to see back. I'm like I said, it's only the 10th of December when I'm filming this, but I cannot wait to see what's on the next list, and just, yeah, I'm so excited. Next up is Honey Bee. I think most people know about Honey Bee. This is a fantastic scent. This is sweet sugar cookies, honey nectar, sweet vanilla, and beach treats. It's the honey nectar in here. It is so creamy and sweet, and it is unlike any honey oil you have ever tried. So if you tried, let's see, there was honey in I Heart Vanilla Tobacco, and there was honey, I think, in The Bear and the Maiden Fair, or if you've tried honey in like Buzzworthy from Scentsy, this is a completely different honey. This is almost candied-like. It is very, very sweet. I really don't pick up any beach treats in this blend at all. I'm getting the honey nectar, the sweet vanilla, maybe a little bit of the sugar cookies. It is one of her best scents that she has. The honey nectar, I think, is a harder oil to get. I'm assuming she hasn't been able to have this one in a pre-order for a bit because she wasn't able to get one of the oils. And the sweet sugar cookies, the sweet vanilla, the beach treats, I'm not assuming that those are the challenging ones to get. I'm assuming it's the honey nectar, unless there's oils that make up the other notes that maybe are complicated. So when this was offered, I grabbed a buttload of it. It's just one of those perfect summertime fragrances I don't want to be without. It's a great performer. Such a sweet, just beautiful honey scent. I highly recommend it if you've never tried it. Next, another recent forget-me-not is hot cocoa and vanilla cream. This one is milk chocolate, steamed milk, and vanilla marshmallow cream. This one, I probably need to double bag this because you can smell this very strongly. When I got my order and I opened the box, I could smell chocolate. And I was like, oh, I bet that's the hot cocoa one. This smells exactly like what the name says. This is a hot cocoa mix. I definitely get some of the steamed milk, the vanilla marshmallow. There is a milky kind of vanilla base to this, but it's mainly the milk chocolate. This is going to be perfect for a cold day in January or February or something when it snowed outside. Just makes me think of being a kid and going out and playing in the snow, then coming inside and my mom had hot cocoa for us. I think a lot of us probably had a similar experience with that, but that's just what this makes me think of. So kind of nostalgic in a way. It makes me think of my childhood, but just a perfect snowy winter's day type of fragrance. But you have to like chocolate. You don't want to smell hot chocolate. Do not get that scent. Next, we have Hot Girl Summer. Compliments of Summer Michelle. Crisp melon, island coconut, palm leaves, and a hint of beach treats. I really like this one. This one I feel like you get the beach treats from, but I'm getting that melon, the coconut, and the palm leaves. Palm leaves just kind of give it a little bit of a fresher note, but this is a tropical, beachy type of fragrance. I love the tropical notes of the melon, the coconut, the palm leaves, and then that creamy, kind of aquatic, salty sea air from the beach treats. This is a perfect summertime scent. I love the color of it. This was bright pink when she did this one. Just a perfect hot summer day. I haven't seen this back in a while. The sample is dated 2022. She might have brought this back since then, but this is definitely one that I would pick up a couple souffles of at least and enjoy during the summertime. Oh, I have a typo on this one. Let's fix that. Next up, we have one of my favorites ever, and that is in Hot Pie. So Natalie is the one that introduced me to this scent originally. This is a scent that Natalie really loved. I'm assuming she still really likes it, but she was the one that got me into it. And I remember the first time I got it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this one. But this one cures and just performs so beautifully. I need to melt some of my loaves because I do have a couple of loaves of it, because it's just one of those fragrances I do not want to be without. This is Palo Santo, sugar donuts, a hint of chai, and a dash of pink chiffon. What an interesting scent combination. I would have never probably willingly picked this up because it has the chai in it, and I thought that I was a pink chiffon hater, but apparently I am not, because I really love this scent, and I don't love chai either. So this is one that I definitely wouldn't have went out of my way to get. But you guys, the way this scent is blended, to be honest with you, I don't know what I'm smelling. You're probably getting the Palo Santo sugar donuts. There is a warm bakery component to this. The chai that's there, it is not spicy. There's no big spices in this scent. There is something kind of sweet and perfumey about this. I wouldn't necessarily pick out pink chiffon, but there is something just that sweetens this blend up. This is such a beautiful Palo blend. I need to melt this soon. I need to melt this. This is a great fall and wintertime fragrance, and I don't think I've melted it at all during this last fall and winter. It's what you get when you have too much wax, but Hot Pie is definitely one of my favorites. And then next up we have Hot Pie and Apple. So it's all the notes of hot pie, but blended with juicy apples. I don't have this one. I've never tried it. I never had a ton of interest in trying it. I would definitely get a souffle if this was offered again, but I thought that hot pie was so perfect, I didn't want to add apple to it. I've tried both. I'm curious to see what you think. Does the apple really drown out all the notes of hot pie, or is it just a nice kind of fruity scent? When it says juicy apples, that scares me a little bit. I would rather it be like a mulled apple, like a warm apple. I think that would fit in with the notes well. So I'm curious what type of apple, it is. Okay, we've got two more. Hot Tropic, a fruity summer blend consisting of juicy orange, cherry, grapefruit, peaches, strawberry, lemon zest, and bubbly soda. I have not tried this one, but this seems like a very fruity, slightly effervescent scent. Very clean. Sounds like a lot of citrus. You have the orange, the grapefruit, the lemon zest. So if you like fruity, citrus, fizzy type fragrances, this one might be for you. Seems like a perfect summertime scent. And then lastly, we have House of Dragons. This has been a repurchase for me the last couple times she's offered it. This is Palo Santo, Vanilla Balsam, Falling Leaves, Peppermint, and a hint of cinnamon. I'm so confused about the label and that scent note, because I could have sworn, not this last time it was offered, but the time before that, so probably like 2022 or something, that the label was wrong and it actually is cinnamon and a hint of peppermint. But the master scent list doesn't say that, and neither does my label now, so I don't know if it just was not corrected or if I'm crazy, but there is not peppermint in this. Like, this is not a peppermint blend, and so that's what lends me to think that I'm correct, that that was a swap and she never changed the label, because you don't get peppermint with this. You get more cinnamon. The peppermint that's there, it just gives us kind of a cooling sensation, just like a little bit of a freshness, but I don't think you would ever know that there was peppermint in this blend. This is Vanilla Balsam, Fall Leaves heavy. You get some of the warm cinnamon. This is a great fall to winter transitional fragrance. Oh my gosh, it's one that I definitely want to be melting here in the cold months. I just love her Vanilla Balsam. And I like in this one that the Vanilla Balsam is not overtaking the other notes. I do find that sometimes with some of her other scents that Vanilla Balsam can be the strongest and you're not picking up the other blending notes, but I really do get the fall leaves, the cinnamon, that palo, and like I said, the peppermint, if it's there, it is very minor just to kind of freshen the blend up. Highly, highly recommend this one. But those are all of the scents that start with the letter H. Like I said, if there's anything that I am missing, please let me know and I will add it to the list. Actually, when I was filming this, I saw Hot Pie and Apple, but Hot Pie wasn't on the list, so I quickly added that one. But that is it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will be back very soon with the scents that start with the letter I. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye.